Neil Ratner Rockdock here with a story. August 27th, 1965. A momentous meeting took place when the Beatles, who were on the West Coast leg of their U.S. tour, went to see Elvis Presley at his Bel Air mansion. It was the one and only time they ever met, and I've read some reports saying that the Beatles were unimpressed. But I heard the story a little differently. Brian Epstein contacted Colonel Parker since the Beatles were big fans of Elvis. When they arrived at Elvis's house, Elvis was lying on the couch watching TV. The introductions were made, and there was an awkward silence. Finally, Elvis said, "If you guys are just going to stare at me, I'm going to bed." The Memphis Mafia, Elvis's security, began to laugh. Elvis and the Beatles joined in. The ice was broken, and they all started to talk and get along. Ringo remembers it this way. "I was pretty excited about it all. We were lucky because it was the four of us and we had each other to be with. He had all his guys around and we said, 'Hi, Elvis.' He was pretty shy and we were a little shy. But between the five of us, we kept it rolling. I felt I was more thrilled to meet him than he was to meet me." A bit later in the evening, Elvis pulled out a Fender bass and began to play to some music that was on the stereo. Paul spoke about it. "That was a great thing for me that he was into the bass. So there I was. 'Well, let me show you a thing or two, El.' Suddenly he was a mate. It was a great conversation piece for me. I could actually talk about the bass. And we sat around and just enjoyed ourselves. He was great, talkative and friendly, and a little bit shy, but that was his image. We expected that. We hoped for that." The night ended about 4 hours later, and Colonel Parker gave each of the Beatles a collection of Elvis's hits. Paul McCartney remembered the meeting this way. "It was one of the great meetings of my life. I think he liked us. I think at that time he may have felt a little bit threatened, but he didn't say anything. We certainly didn't feel any antagonism. I only met him that once. And then I think the success of our career started to push him out a little, which we were very sad about, because we wanted to coexist with him. He was our greatest idol, but the styles were changing in favor of us. These were great times. So even if you didn't enjoy all of the events that much, you could still go home to Liverpool and say, 'Well, you know who I met?'" That's my story for today. Neil Ratner Rockdock. See you soon.